Trust Communications Officer Stan Itshegetseng to talk to us about the press conference that took place a little bit earlier on, in where they were at least clarifying some of the issues that are delaying the launch officially of the Soweto Marathon. As you know, that it was supposed to be officially launched last month, but there has been some delays, and some of them within the boardroom, as it were. Stan, a very good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening to you, and thank you for having us.
Stan,
and thank you to all your viewership to have an interest on this particular matter.
Right, Stan, we don't have that much time, so I'm going to ask to be as brief as possible. Let's start with the press event today. I mean, one of the things that you specifically was reading from the statement was the apologies that you have made. Why was it necessary for you guys to issue those apologies?
Well, basically, it is important because the issue of a race is for everyone to prepare a race, there must be a mental preparation. And if you prepare mentally for something that you know certainly is coming, your preparation becomes certain. But there is uncertainty that is not caused by us, the owners of the race. There is uncertainty that is caused by extortionists, criminals that are stealing our race. And there is uncertainty that is caused by the sponsors, the African Bank and all the others, for not wanting to speak to the owners of the race. You know, we are not creating fiction here. We are sticking to the facts. We are sticking to the law. Soweto Marathon Trust is the registered legal personality, legal persona. And the ownership of Soweto Marathon is unquestionable. It's there, it's written, it's in its document, and everywhere. Even the PTY Limited, that in the past 2 years have been hosting the race, they have been clear that they are hosting it on behalf of the trust.
Okay.
But the reality of the matter is that they are making it as a public stance, but the facts and what they are doing is two different things.
All right, Stan, as I said, let's try and be as brief as possible because we don't really have that much time. And I want us to touch on some of these issues. So who are these people that you're saying they're trying to steal the race?
Well, firstly, it is Thokozani, who has been a board member donated to us by CGA and who finally resigned out of the race. Then you have the deputy chairperson of CGA, who is sitting both as a trustee of the trust and also sitting as a member of the company that is called the Soweto Marathon Pty Limited. So there's a clear troika of conflict of interest. She's sitting as the board. She's sitting as the board of CGA. She's sitting as the board of the Pty Limited. She's sitting as a trust. The fiduciary responsibility is completely mesmerized by her comical behavior here, right? And there is other members who have since realized their mistake and have withdrawn from the PTY Limited.
Okay.
But so the PTY Limited, noting the problems that they have because the bank froze their account for financial embezzlement, they are now opening an NPO. And they want to have an NPO running the race that does not belong to them.
So who is supposed to legally and officially organize this race as we speak?
Okay, this is how things happen. Organizers of the race apply to Central Gauteng Athletics for a race, and it's issued to them. We've applied as the Soweto Marathon Trust for the race with CGA. It has been given to us. It is public knowledge. They give out a calendar that has all the races. It will tell you who the race organizer is. It is Soweto Marathon Trust. But they continue nefariously working with the general manager of CGA to actually steal the race from us by him giving them the right to do everything, to organize the race and all those sort of things. You know, it is criminal. It is pure criminality. I can't explain it better.
So how are you dealing with this?
You have better knowledge than us. Advise us. What is going on? How do you apply for the race and somebody else who has not applied for the race is allowed to organize it?
So Stan, what are you doing to rectify this? Are you speaking to the other bodies? Are you speaking to Central Gauteng Athletics? Are you taking this matter to court?
The PTY Limited took us to court. They took us to court. And when we went to court, which is a High Court matter, but it's presented at Protea Court, and they wanted to stop us from having meetings. The court said, but why? Why must we stop these people from having a meeting? So they allowed us to have a meeting, and in the meeting, at a board meeting, we reconstituted the board. And the master recognizes, the master of the Supreme Court recognizes our activity, and they have not, like they've done to ASA, they've never ever closed us, they've never ever shut us. They are supporting us instead, and we're updating them on a continuous basis on these particular matters.
Okay, Stan, traditionally the marathon takes place in November, which is in 2 months to come. As we speak right now, is the race happening? Is it possibly happening? What is the official status of the 2025 Soweto Marathon from your perspective as the Soweto Marathon
The
Trust?
reason we called the press release was to say we applied for the race, but we're not allowed by the sponsors to talk to them. They want to speak to these criminals. And by the way, it is actually quite intriguing to say, why would a company in its rightful mind want to speak to people who are not owners of the race? They know these things. And we said, we have reconstituted ourselves as the board. We want to have a meeting with you to talk about continuation of the race. They've refused. 3 times we've written them letters, and 3 times they've refused to have a meeting with us. So in effect, African Bank is colluding with the extortionist criminals to actually steal the race that belongs to the people of Soweto.
All right.
It is the jewel of marathons in the African continent from a township perspective.
Stan, unfortunately, we're out of time. We're going to have to leave it there. Soweto Marathon Trust Communications Officer Stan Itshegetseng